Clips. Alrighty, a boob tubes, another one of Kip's Clips. So, Boris Johnston, default leader of the Conservative Party. Everybody's out there saying, unelected man, and unelected man, and we don't elect men or women to lead the country. We elect a party, and that party elects their Prime Minister. It's technicalities, but it's the way it works, you know. But it sounds great. Unelected man, makes it sound... It makes them sound worse than any other plonker that's had that job. Just the same. Anyway, it's my belief that all this stuff is pretty much economically driven. This is The Economist. The Economist long-term market projections, right? Now, if you just look at those two projections, well, 2014 would be fact and 2050 are projections, but you can clearly see there's a change in the guard. Now, I would argue power lies where the money does, right? And if you look at 2014 there, for example, the UK and the US, number 1 and number 5, sitting pretty, weren't they? Pretty. They were sitting pretty, weren't they? Fast forward to 2050, number 2 and number 9, right? And then just add up the figures and the percentage and stuff like that, right? So the balance of power, let's say there is something in saying power lies where the money is. But the balance of power is going to change if these economic predictions come true. Then I'll point in the direction of Trump. Trump and his trade, currency war with China, right? So, to me, what's clear as day, the entities behind this change of the political guard, or this steering of the political will of the West over to the right, is part of an agenda. Is part of an agenda to promote politics which will facilitate the downfall of China, or at least a kind of economic war on China. Now, you can argue it's good, it's bad. That's just what I see what's happening here. At the very top of the old economic guard, let's say the US and America, the Anglo-American companies and alliances, they had a lot of power in the world, a lot of influence. That's waning as the money shifts elsewhere, as the balance of power changes. And the people that are losing out, the people that are on top right now, in the UK and the US, it's not a conspiracy theory to say that there'll be entities in there that don't want China overtaking them as the largest economy in the world. And they'll be doing their damnedest to stop the growth of China. Now, if you look at politics since time immemorial, and I don't mean the last 10, 50, 100, I mean last thousands of years and all the political struggles and all that, it's been about convincing the masses, hasn't it? Douchebags on top, spewing their pish to convince the bottom of the pyramid to support them. Without the support of the bottom of the pyramid, the top crumbles. And that's just the way society has structured itself for thousands of years. I believe it's observable. I know it's a simplification, but I think it's observable. You know, politics changes, the name of the politics, the names of the systems, the way the people vote, don't vote, do vote, can vote, changes. But the idea stays the same, and there's people on top, and they have to convince a lot of people underneath to prop them up, otherwise they don't get propped up, and they get brought down, and somebody else gets put up there. It's just the way of the world. That's what we're witnessing here, and I believe people with racist attitudes, tribalism attitudes and stuff, I don't believe it comes from a place of waking up in the morning and going, I'd be a prick, I'm bad. I believe it comes from a place of ignorance, right? And the people at the top have to convince the ignorant people below to support them. and thus they use the natural xenophobic, tribal-esque instincts in all humans to manipulate us into supporting their cause. When, if you look in time immemorial, politics has always been pretty much about theatre. You know, it's about convincing people rather than actually doing what you say that you're going to do. So, Boris Johnson's took a big massive Brexshit, and it's a jump over to the far right. Let's have a wee listen to Jim Dawson. And if you don't know who Jim Dawson is, maybe go and check him out.
Call centre in... He cut his marketing teeth working for the militant pro-life movement in the States, then set up the BNP's fundraising call centre in Belfast.
You've got to remember, most political parties don't know their arse to their elbow. You bring in a professional marketing team. You know, I trained in America with the pro-lifers and all that. If you apply professional marketing techniques and fundraising to a political situation, it's a gift.
Yeah.
It's a gift.
Yeah.
And that's what we did with the BNP. Raised them £4 million, and then left them to it.
Let's take him on his word here. Let's say he doesn't support the attitudes of the BNP, although I think if you actually listen to the guy speak, you'll see that he does. But let's just take him at face value here. What he's saying here is he rocked up and just used the BNP. He doesn't support them, but he used them. He actually raised £3 million for them. And why? Even though you don't support the BNP, Jim, why would you raise £3 million for them, although you don't support them?
So I was never in the BNP, but we did do work for them, just to make them successful enough to push everybody over to the right.
Alright, so you hate the BNP, but you'll use them just to move everybody over to the right? Okay. Let's use that. Let's change a few players in that and see if this theory plays out. Jim Dawson controls Tommy Robinson. Jim Dawson hates LGBT and trans and all that stuff. Homophobe. He sets up Tommy Robinson to engage all the LGBT mob just to move everybody over to the right. So just like he's happy to use the BNP just to move everybody over to the right, he's happy to use all the gays and lesbians out there just to move them over to the right. And who else is he happy to use? And I think that has resulted now in the success that UKIP is in. Oh, right, so this is a wee sort of a pendulum effect. It's a wee knock-on effect, isn't it? BNP support, boom, moves everybody over to the right, allows the rise of UKIP. Oh, then what was after the rise of UKIP? Join. And far better UKIP enjoying it than the BNP, to be honest with you. But at least everybody's over to the right a couple of notches. Yeah, at least everybody's over to the right a couple of notches. So, I don't know when this was filmed, but a few years ago. Let's move it on to what's happening today with Bobo Johnston. So the rise of UKIP, what did that facilitate? It facilitated the fracture in the Conservative Party, the traditional right-wing party here in the UK, to the extent where the people in power in the Conservative Party right now are dragging it, kicking and fucking streaming just a few notches over to the right. Right? This is what you call political strategising. This is what you do when you're running political campaigns, when you're trying to get people into office, when you're trying to get your agenda served, when you're trying to change the game board. Right? It isn't about fucking immigrants, Illuminati, deep state, this, that and the other. That's window dressing just to make it seem fucking cool and good and clever. Come here, it's look the best of times, the worst of times. And they're using all this shit to move people just over to the right. Why? Well, it's facilitated the rise of of Donald Trump over in America, which is what allowed openly a currency and trade war with China. Why would anybody want a currency and trade war with China? Who would want that? And how do you religion, opium of the masses, as we all know. So you've got this moving pendulum over to the right allows Brexshit. Brexshit allows the UK and the US, as you can see number 1, number 5 there, to cement their relationship without dragging the UK away from the US and into the EU. You see how, like, if the UK is let's say the UK sleeps with the United States or the United States sleeps with the UK, whatever way you want to word it, they're more powerful than if the UK inside the EU, just in economic terms. If power lies where the money is, right, back in 2014, the UK, bed buddies with the United States, they were the most powerful people in the world because they had the biggest economies and the most money behind them. 2050 doesn't look that way. The people, the old guard in the US and America want to stop that happening. Is it any surprise that it's the US and British military industrial complex which is behind all this truth or shite, which gets Max Egan talking about 5G, which the Five Eyes want, and get everybody terrified and put into a state of fucking fear of everything, from the water, the food, the air, everything, your fucking neighbour, your fucking brother, your sister, you're just scared about everything. Then when you're in fear, you're easily manipulated. And what are they doing? Well, Jim Dawson, he's playing political strategies here to move the populace, the dumb, ignorant masses, which I'm one of, over to the right, which will allow the political landscape, which will facilitate and continue an economic, let's hope it fucking stays economic, war with China. So, to me, this is a bit of a reality check here. Like, for some people that are getting caught up in the last 5 minutes, the last 15 minutes, the last month, the last 6 months, the last year, 2 years, 6 years of politics. Shit, so, don't ticker tape. The real shit that's going on here is the economic warfare to stop this projection for 2050 coming true. That's what I believe. And the money men behind it are using religion, racism, xenophobia, and racism and xenophobia, unless you're David Duke and the pure Rain Men are racism and shit, on a ground level, racists and xenophobes and stuff, typically it comes from ignorance, doesn't it? Typically it comes from ignorance, and ignorances can be relieved, you know. It's not as if like you wake up one morning and just want to go and start fucking killing brown and black people or something, you know. Happens to some people. But it's all these tools in the box, from social media to UKIP to BNP, which is facilitated, which is happening in the Conservative Party, which has facilitated Theresa May fucking up Brexit, which allowed Boris Johnston to get in. And I believe it's just a continuation of a plan set out many decades ago, probably, to put the kibosh on China, or make sure you keep the ropes on them, make sure this prediction can't come true. So, what disgusts me, or not, what annoys me and frustrates me, because I've been there, I've been controlled by it, I'm probably still getting controlled by it right now, is the way that they use people's instinctual fears to control us. I have no problem with anybody having any attitude. I would just ask them, are you actually coming to that conclusion yourself? Or is it just coming from a place of ignorance? But each to their own, they can believe that. I don't like seeing Tommy Robinson, Jim Dawson, Boris Johnson, and all the rest of the idiots out there on the media trying to sway people one way or the other. And no doubt these tactics are getting used by the other side as well. You know, back in the day in the conspiracy world, it was, are you awake? And now it's, are you woke? Same shit, different fucking political paradigm, isn't it? So anyway, try not to get caught up in all this fear. And it's horrible. I'm witnessing it in fucking family and friends and people like, oh, thank God I got this done before Brexit, or I could have get kicked out and all that. And you're like, calm down, it's just all fucking fear to paralyse us to get us into an easily manipulative state. Alrighty, boob tubes, so, fuck's sake, I think I forgot how to do these videos. Thanks for watching. Don't let Bobo Johnson paralyse you with fear. This is an economic struggle which won't affect a lot of us. It's like, the effects this will have on us are very little unless you're stupid enough to go and join a war or a political party, or even emotionally involve yourself in these arguments. Whoever wins, money wins. Whoever wins, politicians always get in. Something like that. So, what's going to anything else? Oh, what I wanted to show you as well is religion, opium of the masses, and how that's used to control large swathes of people in the world. And just like Jim Dawson indicated there, that they're quite happy to use anybody or anything just to move the pendulum over to the right to facilitate their politics. Religion is just as ruthless, right? And religion operates on demographics as well, right? So go and look at the amount of So there'll be fundamental religious entities as well as business entities, which some could argue are the same thing. Out there trying to persuade us in the argument to allow their right-wing politics. So don't be scared of Boris Johnson's big far-right jobby Brexshit. It's just politics, people, and try not get caught up in it. Alrighty, boob tubes, have a good one. Tune in tonight for another roast. What was it going to be? Roast the Matt Taylor show and the OCD Windy Liquor. Thought I'd mix it up a wee bit. And you can phone in and stuff tonight. Should be fun. Alrighty, boob tubes, thumbs it up, share it on Facebook, Twitter, all the good stuff. Leave all your comments, the good, the bad, ugly, and indifferent. I'll read and respond to as many as I can. And remember, what I do here is digital basket. It's all available and accessible free of charge. I hope to do such a good job you'll find value in what I do and use your spare change, not your life savings, in the Patreon and PayPal buttons down below. And mega thanks to those who do. Alrighty, boob tubes, thanks for listening. Catchies.
Keeps clear.